Hi everyone, and welcome to this month's Click Intelligence episode of SEO Expert Insights. My name is James Owen, and I'm a co-founder of Click Intelligence. Today we're going to be talking about 10 things we're celebrating as we turn 10, May Google updates, Google Search Generative Experience, Google Analytics 4 deadline not changing, Google updates, country code and top level AI domain, and then EEAT plus Google helpful content updates. All links to the articles are included below, and to follow along and read on later. Before we jump into this month's SEO Expert Insights, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and sign up to our newsletter and online portal. Let's jump right in. Okay, so the first news story today is 10 things we're celebrating as we turn 10, and that's about Click Intelligence itself. So we've now been in 10 years of business. I've been in the SEO industry now just over 16 years, and 10 years ago, I co-founded the company with my business partner, Simon Brisk, Click Intelligence. So this article, which is on our blog, is literally just talking about 10 things we're celebrating as we turn 10. The team have done a nice little video, which probably will explain better than I can about what we're celebrating, but essentially we're celebrating the kind of following elements. One being company culture. So that is a hugely important for the business. Something that has definitely progressed over the time we've had the business in terms of company ethos and what we kind of expect of our employees and what our employees get out working for our company. Moving on, team growth. So it was just me and Simon. It was literally just me and Simon, a two-man band. And over the last 10 years, we've now grown to around about 150 people are involved in the business. Number three, our clients. So when we started, we're working with everyone and anyone now, from painter decorators to restaurateurs to IT consultants. So over the years, we've now worked in over 40 sectors, and we have over 97% client retention rate, which is obviously fantastic news. Something else very close to my heart is charitable efforts. I think it's really important to obviously, in any business, you've got to make money, you have the revenue, of course, but it's not just about making money, of course, and the revenue is about ensuring that you're giving back to important causes. So over the years, we do have a system where we donate money to good causes or issues around the world. Kind of linked to charitable events, it's kind of ethos around the environment. It's very important. We're basically a company that doesn't print anything. We're completely digital. We don't print anything, so we're basically carbon neutral with kind of planting trees as well. So environment, very important to us as a business. Awards and recognition, again, something that's really getting close to my heart. Make sure that our company is being recognised within the industry of doing great work. And over the last couple of years, we've been applying for lots of awards, and we've been finalists of those awards. And something that happened, so number 7 is Employee Ownership Trust, something that we've launched back in November of 2022. Essentially gives the gift of business to the employees, and over the course of time, that will benefit the ownership to the employees over time. Service delivery, number 8, really kind of key here. This is progressing, obviously with our 40 we worked on, give us a huge amount of expertise. And essentially, we're continuing that process of improving our processes for automation, but also through technology as well. Expertise. When I started a company with Simon, it was just me and him. I had 6+ years worth of experience, very similar to Simon. Now we've got over 20 years worth of experience in the industry if you combine our expertise with the rest of the team. And number 10, helping businesses grow. I think this is really the key here. I mean, none of this list is in priority order, but this is definitely up there in terms of priorities, ensuring our clients grow. At the end of the day, that's what we're in business for. You visit our case studies and our client testimonials, which will speak volumes about our process and our great results for our clients. Okay, so the next news piece is around Google updates. Normally, I probably discuss 1 or 2 updates per month. In the month of May, it was really busy. That's actually 4 unconfirmed Google updates throughout the month of May. The first one started around the 1st and 2nd of May. If we go to rank checking tools here, our friends at Rank Range and SEO Rush, you can see that the fluctuations and the unconfirmed updates started to happen around the 1st and 2nd of May, which is here. If we go down to Moz here, which I'll be using, it started to kind of being picked up around the 5th of May. So that was the first unconfirmed update. We move down here. This is now on the 11th of May. Again, I'm going to use Mozcast as our kind of weather vane here. So that's the first one there. Then on 11th again, number 2. We come on here, and then say around May 16th, 17th. Again, we're going to go on Mozcast, see what's going on here. So that's the first one. The second one, now on the third one here. So a lot of fluctuation going on with the SERP. Then the fourth one, we're going down here, happened around the 23rd. Again, Mozcast, we can see here. It's got 1, 2, 3, and then number 4 there as well. A lot going on, a lot of fluctuation within the SERP. Other rank checking tools have seen similar fluctuation, not as much as actually Mozcast, hence why I'm using as a web domain this time. So, and then we can see in April again, there was quite a lot of fluctuation again, but as you see in May, huge more in terms of it goes up and then some 1, it goes down for a couple of days, then up again, number 2, down again, goes up again, number 3, and number 4 continues. So we know Google's doing lots of testing. The last update was at the end of April, which is the April 2023 reviews update, which I believe I covered. It basically finished on April 25th. And from there, there have been subsequently more updates for actual unconfirmed time points that there's been a lot of fluctuation with this. So what should you do about the fluctuations? Can you do anything about them? Is there anything you can do about these updates at all? And essentially, we've put together this really good little guide. It's titled Dropping Keyword Rankings and How to Fix It. It's within our Knowledge Hub solution, kind of cache position within our website. This isn't necessarily targeting people who have been hit by Google updates, just generally a general article of kind of best practice, to go through a kind of process if you've lost any keyword rankings. Essentially, if you believe you've been hit by a keyword ranking update, confirmed or unconfirmed, the best thing you want to do is look at Google Search Console first of all. You want to mirror the dates that you believe a Google update is taking place from start to finish, and then mirror it and basically have a look over the time in Google Search Console to see if there's any fluctuations in impressions or indeed clicks. You best do this with Google Search Console and also Google Analytics as well. And if you believe then after that, okay, I've seen some fluctuation or there's something not quite right, then start to dig into the data. Now, first of all, you might look at your rankings and see some keywords take a bit of a hit over the time period. And then you would look at Search Console and Google Analytics. But keyword data is hugely important, using that third-party tool data to basically assess, okay, what pages have you seen a dip in performance? Then you can look at that landing page in Google Analytics and also in Google Search Console as well. It's quite useful to do both to see, okay, is that page being impacted from Google Analytics and Google Search Console data? From that, we can then look at those pages. Okay, let's say you've got kind of 3 or 4 different pages being kind of has seen some ranking decreases or fluctuation over the time that we believe has been a confirmed or unconfirmed update. We can start to see, okay, what type of pages are those? Are those your money pages? Are they category pages? Are they blog pages, article pages, FAQ, review, what it might be? Okay, have you made any updates to those pages? It could be simple as changing content on it or internal linking, or has a page had issues with 404? Has a page been mistakenly 302 or 301? All these things could be kind of major factors. Going along on that, you may want to start looking at your competitors. Have they also seen the decreases over the time period? But what are they serving up content-wise to Google on their comparatory pages? Are they saying they're completely different? Do you believe maybe you've got quite a lot of duplicate content on that page? Have you got quite a lot of content that is shared within the footer section of those pages? So all these things could be kind of factors. The article that we've written then goes on to, onto more basic elements. Have you updated the title tag? Have you updated the description tag? Stuff like that. But I think essentially when we're looking at kind of keyword fluctuations, it's something that we talk to clients about kind of a lot about. I've lost my keyword rankings. I've dropped by 2 positions. This is completely normal. A Google update, confirmed or unconfirmed, you can move from positions 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, and that'd be completely normal within a Google update, because then you'll bounce back 2 weeks later. It's very much about understanding and not panicking that there's something wrong with your website. But I thought I'd give you a quick update in terms of what we would start to look at and how we would analyse the data to come to the conclusion you've either been impacted or it's just an update that Google's decided that a few of your keywords are going to be impacted, and maybe 2 or 3 weeks later you'll bounce back, which is completely normal. So my next news story is about Google Search Engine Generative Experience, all new AI Google Search Engine. I was quite hoping to talk about AI in May, but that seems not to be the case. So essentially Google announced a preview of the labs variant of its all new search engine. It's calling Google Search Engine Generative Experience. This is where Google brings generative AI into the search interface and makes search interface design more for a youthful audience. I've actually got a video of a example. So put in the Google query, comes up with the generative experience, and you can follow up with additional questions for Google AI, and it will generate an answer for you. Moving on, this is a bit of a search snapshot of how it looks. So you've got search bar here, which is everyone will be used to. But with labs icons, you can actually log into actually view the search like this, and maybe still an experiment. A toggle expander, high quality trusted sources, part of the answer here. Follow up buttons, of course, generative answers, additional search result listings. If we go into the example where the paid ads are, again, we've got the search query there, lab icon, and then the kind of paid listings here, generative AI down below. From what I'm hearing, there are links from Google Bard, which have been kind of mixed in here as well, so that SEOs will be happy with. They will be getting some clicks from some of the answers that they're helping to provide, let's say. This is all very kind of experimental. If you'd like to sign up to test it yourself, you can log in here. So the next news story is about Google Analytics 4 deadline is not changing. Just to recap, essentially on the 1st of July 2023, Universal Analytics will stop processing data. So you have to do a Universal Analytics to GA4 migration and set up reporting, set up reports that you need to run your business. This is something that Google's been talking about a lot, probably for the past year, in terms of what's been going on. They're not going to change the deadline. They are going to move over. We've been working with clients for the last 6 months, discussing with them, helping them identify the reports that they need to have uploaded and ready to rock and roll on GA4. This is the first piece of content we wrote around the GA4 migration from UA. It was put together by James King, one of our senior SEOs at Click Intelligence, and the article talks about UA being retired and GA4 as well. At this point when we were shooting video, GA4 was still a new thing, not all reports come out, in terms of we didn't know what reports we have to build. Obviously, we know a lot more now than we did back then, but it's still a good article to read and understand. It covers what Google Analytics 4 is, what the differences are between GA4 and Universal Analytics, the timeline of general analytics as well, which is quite interesting. How to set up Google Analytics 4 as well. And then later on, I just put out a piece of content in June regarding Google Analytics 4 frequently asked questions. And now we've started to actually understand what comes ready on GA4. There's not a lot. You have to build bespoke reports. So definitely check out both of those articles. James King has also shot a new video that will be published very shortly regarding the basic updates on GA4. So the next news story is about the TLD.ai. With the emergence of AI just generally, a lot of businesses have emerged off the back of ChatGPT, as I'm sure everyone's familiar with. And the TLD.ai has now been added to the Google documentation under gTLD domains, which is going to be a help documentation by Google. Essentially, it now sits under the generic country code top level domain, the ccTLDS, and the AI is now there. This means that it's a generic country code. It's not actually associated with a country, as a lot of people are now using it. Google's now decided to put it into their help documentation for webmasters, but it now can be used as a generic TLD for when you build a website. Okay, so finish off this episode of SEO Expert Insights, I wanted to discuss a couple of quick fire articles that are published in the month of May. They're all about a subject that we've been speaking about a lot at length on our channel, and that is EAT, Google Search Races Guidelines, and helpful content update as well. This is a kind of little tweet that Google Search put out there. It talks about, this documentation does explain EAT and your money or your life in the context of how they should be considered by content creators seeking to produce helpful people-first content. It's all on this page. Essentially, this is kind of a rerun of something that's been discussed in the community for a long time anyway, last few months at least anyway. And essentially, it talks about this piece of content within their helpful content documentation. We'll link to it again. It's nothing completely new, but kind of reaffirming how important it is to get EAT and the quality of your content in the eyes of on the quality race guidelines. So essentially, when you're writing content, you need to be mindful of what Google's looking for in terms of quality content, EAT, your money, your life as well, and basically a helpful content update as well. So useful piece of content to be reading in terms of documentation when writing content. The next piece is about Google high quality content might still be of low value to the web. This is kind of gut wrenching when all the content creators out there are trying to write really high quality content for their users. They might not be seen in the eyes of Google as high quality content. So again, it was a tweet from this individual, low count of word with less information plus high quality and pretty much quality backlinks versus high quality content with a lot of information for users and almost few quality backlinks. Which one the majority of Google would prefer to rank? False. John then comes back and says, just to add flavour, something can be high quality content with lots of information for users and still be low value to the web. Doesn't answer the question, just kind of makes you feel, well, why do you bother? Essentially, as I say to our clients, when we're trying to rank for a new keyword or improve our keyword rankings, we're looking at making sure the content is optimized for the user and also for Googlebot. Ensure that we're using the guidance of what Google's looking for in terms of EEAT and also Google raters. Ensure it has the right keywords in there, it's optimized correctly, we've got good page speed, of course, and we answer a question that the user's trying to find the answer for. As long as you do all those things, along with building high quality backlinks to that landing page, you're probably going to do all right. Moving on to the last piece of this month's episode, Google Helpful Content so you can find hidden gems in blogs and forums and future updates. Very interesting. We are also improving how we rank results in search overall. Helpful information can be often given unexpected to hard to find places. Comments in a forum or thread, a post or a little known blog or article with unique expertise on a topic. Interestingly, they say expertise. Again, EEAT. Goes back to what I was saying a minute ago in terms of when we're building landing pages, when we're building content for Google, but also for users to ensure you're following the principles of EEAT, Google Content Raters guidelines, and the SEO kind of basics. As long as you're all doing those things, you're going to be doing all right. If you're not doing one of those things, you will not do as well as you could do. This is based on the formula that we follow for our clients. Thank you for watching this month's episode of the Click Intelligence SEO Expert Insights. Remember, all the links to the articles will be included below to follow along or read on later. Please subscribe to our newsletter for the first look exclusive access if you missed any episode. Catch up on our YouTube channel and other learning resources and other SEO news. Check out our Knowledge Hub. I'll catch you up on the next episode of Click Intelligence SEO Expert Insights.